Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another deck profile. Today we're looking at Legendary Fisherman again, or Umi Control, uh, or Karyushin. Lots of names for this one, but this is a new deck box. This is the old one. This one's mine, but I made this one for a client. Very proud. The color came out a lot darker, which I really like, honestly, and got the new logo. Pretty happy about that. But yeah, and I added a clasp. I think the clasp is a lot nicer than the Velcro. But yeah. Oh, and of course, the Fortress Whale, not Citadel Whale, the Fortress Whale on the top came out really nice too. This was something specifically the client wanted, which I'm pretty proud of. Came out pretty nice. Anyways, let's just jump right into the actual profile here. So we are starting with the monsters. We are, of course, running 3 Ocean Dragon Lord Karyushin. This card is insanely incredible. I would say, like, even outside of its deck. I mean, it is. While Umi is on the field, each player can only control one face-up non-water monster. So it works the same way as, like, Gozen Match, where if you summon this thing, it immediately they have to send those monsters to the graveyard, and that does not start a chain. It's just immediately like Gozen Match. Also, once per turn, you can search for an Umi, a Karyushin spell or trap, or Sea Stealth spell and trap. So, really solid card. And it's a level 5, so our Legendary Ocean reduces it to 4, which we can then normal summon without tributing. So pretty solid. Then we have our Electric Jellyfish. Electric Jellyfish is your definitely second best card. It's a negate when there is a monster and spell negate when Umi is on the field. And then also you can send Umi from your hand, deck, or face up on the field to the graveyard, special summon 1 water monster from your hand. So usually what you'd want to do is, like normal Jellyfish, activate the effect to send an Umi to the graveyard to special Karyushin. Then you can activate Karyushin to search Sea Stealth attack, set it to the field. Then the next turn will pass, and then you can flip Sea Stealth. Sea Stealth will activate Umi from the graveyard, and then it'll remove your opponent's cards. Or at least all but one. So they can't summon anything or link climb, unless they're playing water, of course. But, you know, it's the era of fire at the moment. Yeah, super good. Also, it gains 600 attack whenever it negates, so that's pretty nice, too. So I can get up to decent attack. I play 1 Mega Fortress Whale. If Umi is on the field, your water monsters can attack directly. You have to activate that effect. During your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Pretty good. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can either add to your hand or special summon 1 water warrior monster from your deck or graveyard. That does not come up super often. I used to in the older profile, and you can totally still do this. You can play the package of Legendary Fisherman 2 and Legendary Fisherman 3. I think it's really funny when this card hits the field, it banishes all your opponent's monsters, and also it's almost a towers. It's really difficult to get rid of this card, but I'm still playing around with keeping it in the deck. I had it in the last profile, which I'm still, as you can see, I'm keeping it close by to experiment with it more, but I really do like the fisherman stuff. Plus, you know, theme and stuff, so why not? Then we have Doom Kraken. Doom Kraken is probably the weakest of like the newer Umi / Mako support. If Umi is on the field, you can target 1 water monster you control, except Doom Kraken, and water monster, or 1 monster your opponent controls. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, return that monster you control to the hand, and if you do, destroy that opponent's monster. So it's okay. It's not bad, and then it has the other effect when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, negate that attack. So there's some silly stuff you can do with it to dodge attacks and stuff, but it's not even that this card is terrible, because honestly, it's an okay effect. It's just the other Umi stuff is just so strong. Then we have Maiden of the Aqua. Her effect is literally to be treated as Umi, which is really helpful. I'll show you the trap card, of course, with that later. I play 1 Giga, mostly because of attack and his level. He's a level 5 water, so he's not completely dead when you draw into him. With things like, where is it? Fish Sonar. So, which it is 1 water normal monster, so you could do something like Phantasm Spiral Dragon, which has 2,900, or Go Giga, the one above this, it's 2,950 attack, but it is a level 8, so it's hard to get on the field if you're not using like Fish Sonar or like Karyushin's Dark Reef or something like that. So it is a dead draw, but at least if you have Umi and Giga, you can at least just normal summon this without tributing, because it will become a level 4. But that's the reason. Then we are playing triple Warrior of Atlantis. This deck does not work unless it has Umi, the field spell, so you really need that. And Legendary Ocean is counted as Umi, so yeah. And our last monster is Gameciel. You can search him off of Ice Barrier, which is why he's in here, because he is a level 5 or higher water monster. Other than that, he doesn't get special summoned out or anything, but he's pretty solid. And Kaiju, of course, you know, a searchable Kaiju. So you could run 1 or 2 if you really wanted to. But yeah, that is it for the monsters. Pretty basic, nothing too special. Pretty standard for the Umi control stuff. We play 3 Legendary Ocean, because of course, why wouldn't you? I mean, the card itself is okay. It reduces all water monsters in the field and hand by 1, and then it gives them 200 attack and defense, which is, it's okay. But you need it just because all the other cards require it. Then, of course, we have Fish Sonar. This card is still kind of expensive right now. Last time I checked, it was like $9 or $10, which I got my copies a little while ago, before they got to that price. But it is a really good card, even outside of this deck. Like Phantasm Spiral, it's really good in there too. Fish Sonar, add 1 level 7 or lower monster from your deck to your hand that mentions Umi or is a water normal monster. Most of the time, you're going to want to go for Karyushin. You want to get to him just as fast as possible. He sets everything else up. And we have Sea Stealth Attack. Sea Stealth Attack is really good. Sea Stealth 2, sorry. This card becomes Umi while it's on the field. Your opponent cannot target water monsters you control with non-water monster effects. I do forget that effect, that it is pretty good. I do forget about that one. At the start of the battle phase, you can special summon 1 from your hand, 1 monster that mentions Umi or a water normal monster in defense position, but destroy it at the end of the battle phase. This effect is okay, especially it does special summon from the graveyard, so you can keep bringing this out to keep wiping your opponent's field. It's pretty good. I only really need it at 1. You can put it at 2, nothing wrong with that, but I just find that it's a little cloggy. But 1 or 2 is absolutely fine, in my eyes. Call by the Grave, you already know what that does. Terraforming, starts the field spell. Monster Reborn. Now, I do play 3 Pot of Extravagance. The pot is super duper optional. You could play Prosperity, you could play Extravagance. I'm a broke boy, so I can only afford Pot of Extravagance. But Prosperity is probably better, for sure, because you don't really use the extra deck a whole lot in this deck, but it comes up every now and again. But, yeah, super preference-based. Whatever you feel most comfortable with and can afford, especially. I do play 1 of each of Instant Fusion and Ready Fusion. The targets for that, I'll just flash really quick. Rare Fish and Sea Monster of Theseus. And I'll explain that a little bit later. We do have 3 Foolish Burial Goods, just like last time, because the combination with Ice Barrier, it's just too good. Too good. But we can go into the traps here. That is it for the spells. So we are playing 3 Sea Stealth attacks, because of course this card is so broken. Every time I play this, my friends are like, that card is unfair, which some of the time it is, honestly. But then you realize that it's attached to Umi. So basically, how this card works is you have to have Umi for this card to work. Let's assume that's there. This is face down. Then you have Karyushin. So first off, if you don't have Legendary Ocean and it's in your graveyard, you can flip Sea Stealth and it'll bring Legendary Ocean back, or Umi in general, from the graveyard. Also, once per turn, you can banish 1 water monster you control until the end phase. This turn, face-up spells and traps you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, even if this card leaves the field, like banished by Chinging or something like that, or a card that just banishes. That effect still lingers for the rest of the turn. So just banish Karyushin, which he does come back. Bring him back again. Super duper good to just protect all your face-up spells and traps. That includes like Sea Stealth 2 and Sea Stealth itself as well. So Sea Stealth attack. Yeah, super good card. Love it. And the other effect is, of course, if a level 5 or higher water monster attacks, it immediately destroys the monster it's battling with by card effect without calculating damage. So, amazing. Then we have Karyushin's Dark Reef. I do like this card at 2, though I do see why people play it at 1, just because you do use a lot of resources when you do it the first time, but I do like to have it in my back pocket as another option. You do send one face-up Umi you control to the graveyard, special summon up to 2 monsters with different names from your hand or deck that mention Umi or water normal monsters. Then I believe you can special summon any number of level 6 or lower water normal monsters from your hand or deck. Yeah, it's just so good. You summon 3 monsters off of it because of Gagago. And if you ran 2 Gagago, you get summon 2 or 3 or whatever. You can do as many as you wanted. Combo for this is if you have Sea Stealth and Karyushin's Dark Reef and you had Legendary Ocean out, what you could do is you could activate Sea Stealth, then Karyushin's Dark Reef. Dark Reef would go off, you send Legendary Ocean, Sea Stealth would go off, get Legendary Ocean back, so you met the requirement, and then you summon your monsters. So you never lost Umi. So, pretty good. Usually, if you can't get Umi back on the field, that's where you would summon something like this. Karyushin, and then, or even Jellyfish and, something and Maiden, basically, because you want Umi back on the field to fuel all of the rest of your cards. So that's why Maiden is in here, because of Dark Reef. Because it does actively get rid of Legendary Ocean on your side. And of course we have Ice Barrier, because why not? Yeah, it's a free search when it goes to the graveyard, even with Foolish Burial Goods. So, pretty good. That is it for the traps. We'll now go into the extra deck. Now, keep in mind, Ice Barrier does lock you in. I'll read it verbatim, though. But also, until the end of your next turn after this effect resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except water monsters. So you're basically locked into waters for almost 2 turns, kind of like 1.5-ish, because it's after that. It's not even the turn that you use it. Before, I mean. But, yeah, it does lock you into water. So you'll see that in the extra deck as well, that I'm running all water just because of that. Otherwise, if you weren't running Ice Bear, you could totally do something like, you know, Zeus and things like that. But to keep everything consistent, I am running only water extra deck, which is Bahamut, 2 Toad, or you could do 2 Bahamut, 1 Toad. Either one is fine. And I'm playing 1 Kragan and 2 Stealth Kragan spawns. 1 Silent Honor Arc. 1 Abyss Dweller. Really good card. I really like this card in here. Number 37, Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark. So try saying that 5 times fast. I am playing 2 Mistar Boy and 2 Marine Cessna Enemies. Personal preference. I just love these 2 cards a lot. Then I am playing our 2 Instant Fusion and Ready Fusion targets. So the reason behind this is if you have Legendary Ocean and then you have like one of your level 5s like Karyushin or Gagagigo, they would both become level 4s to where you can make Kragan, Bahamut, Spider Shark, Honor Arc, Abyss Dweller. But that's why. And then also if you're not controlling Legendary Ocean and you just have Jellyfish or Kraken, you could do Rare Fish and then overlay that way. So there's a level 5 and a level 4. Also, if you really wanted to, Sea Monster of Theseus is a tuner. And let's say you had Dragon Lord Karyushin, level 5, you can make a level 10 Synchro, or vice versa. They're both level 4s, so you can make a level 8 Synchro if you wanted to. So a couple different ways to do that. Like if you wanted to take a Toad and then maybe one an enemy and one Starboard, I could see you doing, if you wanted to take like these 3 out, you could probably add White Ore Whale, Cheng Ying, and then Airgene, the Ice Jade, level 10. So you could add those 3 if you wanted. Super duper viable. But yeah, that is it for the profile. Let me know what you guys think. If you're interested in getting a deck box, just join the Discord and DM me, and yeah, we can figure something out. All right, thanks for watching.